Hey, what's up, gang? So today we have apparently a walk-in freezer to look at again. Just going off of my vague service call notes, my work order notes. The issue apparently is the temperature rising and the display says DEF. So who knows what that could be. I don't know of any word associated with walk-in freezers that starts with the letters DEF. Do you? Because I don't. Maybe defrost? Maybe it's in defrost. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to investigate this issue, see what we can come up with. So I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride. Hopefully it's something cool. If not, then you'll never see this. All right. So we got a 3 EVAP cooler right here. The other ones down there say they're cooling. This is the one he was concerned about. However, this is the master. Those are all the, what's the politically correct word now? Apprentices, I guess? I don't know. This is the journeyman evaporator. Those are the apprentice evaporators. But if you listen real closely, you can hear that distinctive hiss noise coming from a TXV that doesn't have the correct amount of liquid going to it. So I'm immediately suspect of that, but I'm going to go into this with an open mind. I've done nothing yet. I got to get behind there, just check the evap coils, make sure they're clear, all that stuff. I'll pull this cover. See, there's a code in there, but looks like an A1 code. Temperature's 49 degrees, so I'm sure it's going to be like a high ambient code or something stupid. Actually, let's go right over here. See what it says. I felt it right there. Looks like a high box temperature, so nothing too crazy. So first, let's make sure we got proper airflow, pop that cover open, and then we'll make our way to the roof. And there we have another telltale sign of a underfed expansion valve, which is an electronic expansion valve this time around. So, let's see. EVAP doesn't look terrible. Then, taking a peek at the other side, we got lots of green copper. Kind of hard to tell on camera. I assume it's pitted pretty good. I don't see any oil stains though up here, so but it could be leaking out of one of those units. We don't know. I'll pop the covers on those real quick too and kind of just take a peek at them, see if there's any oil stains. Here's our middle evap coil. It's frosted up as well, but right there on the, I guess, the line right before the distributor itself, it's got some oil residue on there. I haven't performed an official leak check, but judging by the sort of remnants of old oil around it, I would say that's pretty suspect. And here's the last evaporator. You can see the distributor is frosted up pretty good. A lot of formicary corrosion on the copper. I don't see any signs of oil, except maybe a little bit around that right there. A little bit on that line going into our distributor. So yeah. You guys couldn't tell, we're up on the roof now. Just walking around, looking for the condensing units for this place, for these coolers. So just based off of the geographic location of the walk-in cooler, I don't believe either of these two belong to my walk-in cooler, my vault. That's a nice machine. It's kind of neat. I've never seen this model of condenser without a compressor. It's just a straight condenser. The compressor must be downstairs in whatever unit that it is in. Usually this location they have like open air cases, so it's probably some sort of display case. Compressor will be down at the bottom, and of course we got the condenser up top. Same with that unit there. But like I said, I've never seen bone or heat craft units like this, so I walked by and I was like, this shit, man, somebody stole the compressors out of these. But no, that's not the case at all. So I think over here in our bone flex pack, which I've never seen one of these either, we got a little sticker that says cooler out. And there's only one cooler that I'm aware of, and this would be about right over top of the walk-in cooler and the walk-in freezer areas. So pretty sure this is our guy, which doesn't really fill me full of confidence. See, so I wonder yeah, that's pretty warm. So that condenser, I'm pretty sure it's just dead. So we need a new condenser fan. Coil looks okay. Besides that, I wonder if I can pull this. I wonder if I can pull this access panel without affecting airflow across that condenser as it is. What's funny about this place is anytime I tell them a unit is 8 to 10 years old, they tell me to just replace it. But then I come to some of these locations and I find units like this that are, I don't know exactly how old this unit is, but it seems like it's getting up there in age. Let's see. Nothing on here. I'm not familiar with Heatcraft nomenclature. 2011, I'm guessing, or 2005, but it's probably 2011. Just a guess. So yeah. Well, let me grab my screw gun and see if I can open some panels up. Alright, so apparently I can access the top. Majority of the electronics are up here, or all the electronics are up here. But I'm not real interested in that. I need to get down to the compressor section down below there, see if I can find a sight glass and find the circuit I'm hooking up to. Alright, well, apparently we have two freezers hooked up in this system. Over here is our cooler. And where's it leaking from? Well, I'm 99% sure we have 2 leaks and 2 of the evaporators downstairs. But I mean, what are the odds we have any leaks up here, right? So, I mean, again, I could have 0 leaks up here. I'm just sort of, what do they call it? Subtle complaining, I guess you will, or being sarcastic maybe. But I mean, look at this awesome piping job. I mean, it works, I guess, whatever. My main areas of concern are this old dried up oil around our receiver, our king valve here. As you can tell, we got some, ooh, it's kind of hot. We got some leak lock right there, leak lock under the cap. This doesn't really give me a whole lot of confidence. The suction dryer back there that's rusted to pieces doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence. Our accumulator, honestly, it's not terrible for an accumulator, but I mean, because they will rust over time. They get wet. Over there on my liquid line dryer, I mean, it's just covered in oil. I mean, it's oil and dust. Yeah, man. I'm gonna see if I can get some eyes on that sight glass from way back right there. I don't really want to take the side panel off, because I take that side panel off, there's nothing to support this electronics shelf. So I don't really want to take that side panel off to gain access to it with the entire unit running, and I can't just go and shut their freezers down, right? So that would be silly to have something accessible. I sort of have access to a liquid line, or the high side of the system, which is going to be a little bit higher than normal because one of my condenser fan motors is locked up. So far, the only suction side port that I see that I would have access to is on the bottom side of that suction dryer. But those are usually just so badly corroded and eroded and rusted. I can never screw onto them properly, and if I do, it's dangerous. I might depress that Schrader core, and it might not undepress. It might not seal itself back up again. I don't like risking that. Right down there is what I'm talking about, right? Right there. That juicy little Schrader core right inside that cap. I don't trust those when they've been on a suction dryer for the last 37 years. Super duper. Let me see if I can get you guys a visual here. A visual aid, if you will. Alright, so I'm going to try to do this one-handed. There you go. If you look in my mirror, you can see I got a lot of flash gas in that sight glass. But we're definitely low on charge in this system. I still don't see an alternate suction port to connect to even recharge it temporarily if I wanted to. I don't remember if there was a suction port at the EVAP that they use for superheat, a superheat port, if you will. I'll have to go double check. I guess I could charge it from inside the box for now, just as a band-aid. Alright guys, so like I said, upstairs, I don't want to try to pull the suction cap off of that suction dryer and try to charge it up through that, because I don't trust the Schrader core inside that rusty old suction dryer, right? So there's a service test port, or a superheat suction header service port, if you will, that I'm going to connect to, and I'm just going to charge it up through there. It's sort of the down and dirty way to do things. Now, before I get too carried away with it, a quick sort of context to this whole situation. At these locations, I can't just come in and do whatever I want. I have a not to exceed amount of $600. So I need to do what I can temporarily and quote for a big picture diagnosis / repair. So today it's down and dirty. I'm going to gas it up. I'm going to get my pressures up to about 15-20 degree suction saturation temperature, and then I'm just going to double check the sight glass up top and then quote everything that I need to further diagnose in the system, which is, it's going to be substantial, because I like to do things right, and doing things right sometimes costs a little bit extra. So let's start adding some gas, will you? Zeroed out. And again, guys, I'm running it right into the suction header. I really don't feel like there's that much of a risk of accidentally dropping enough liquid into the suction line that it's going to get up to the compressor before boiling off. But again, this is down and dirty. I'm doing what I have to do right now. I mean, we got to keep all these beers and twisted teas cold, right? Alright, let me get this handled. I'll get back to you here in a bit. We're about a little over 2 pounds in, and I just wanted to point out, I don't know if you guys can hear this over top of all the wind noise, but one by one, as I'm slowly charging this, the hissing noise coming from the electronic expansion valves is slowly dissipating. The hissing noise in this unit is pretty much gone. That middle one I don't hear anymore, and it sounds like the one on the far end is still hissing a little bit. But it's which is kind of neat. As I'm charging it, I'm almost charging it based on hissing noises. Obviously I'm not. I'm going off of pressures, which I'm just about there. I want it, I mean, if I can get a little bit higher than 15 on the lower side of 20, a 20 degree evaporator, we're maintaining a 35 degree box in here, so